Oh, another video for Farron Cousins just to understand. By going ahead and trying to spread a false narrative telling people about a game of chicken on a military base, which actually wasn't a game of chicken, it was literally somebody attempting to run me off the fucking road, going 60 into 30, while simultaneously trying to get away with insurance fraud. By you going and not doing your part to actually report the honest details, including the fucking systemic oppression, oppression of civil liberties. When the attempted sighting officer goes and books the actual court date that went to try to, under the cause of a failure to appear, wanted to indefinitely suspend my license while trying to accuse drunk driving. Well, ironically enough, literally throughout the last decade, to say that I've drank $5,000 worth of alcohol. And keep in mind, I was not part of any drug court program. Do you know what it was that prevented me from being that drunk driving douchebag? What had other people pissed off? Yeah, where I grew up, there was actually a whole drunk driving accident that ended up claiming 3 different people's lives. And the factor that I wasn't in that car, because I decided to actually buckle down in comparison to actually hopping in the car and going to a random party and actually focusing on my exams. Apparently that right there is what everyone's so enraged about. You should have been dead. 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 All right, I get it. I'm fucking boring because I didn't go in the vehicle with people that apparently didn't understand. Don't fucking drink and drive. And there are people pissed off that because of my attitude, they're like, why couldn't he just have gone? Why couldn't he just have gone? He'd have been dead right now. Nobody would have to hear us whining and complaining. Understand. You're reporting Farron Cousins from Farron Balance in the Ring of Fire by not giving the honest nuances like that, all right? Like as a anti-Semitic slight, making the actual court date for that citation during Hanukkah. You know, as a way to say, fuck you, you dirty Jew. By going ahead and enabling somebody trying to keep the proceeds of crime, by not actually going ahead and actually paying out the fucking settlement money that people keep trying to pilfer away, which, by the way, that is legally considered the proceeds from crime. All right? That right there is considered obtaining property under false pretenses. By you skewing the narrative to attempting to let them get away, you are aiding and abetting. You are directly indicting yourself. You are making yourself a co-conspirator. So now my question is, Farron Cousins, do you like your wife not having to go ahead and explain that, because of your arrogance with your reporting, that ultimately you ended up getting locked up because you went so far past what you're legally allowed to journalistically report? That ultimately you kept trying to dig for details to give people that are committing fraud the opportunity to get away with fraud, when meantime trying to act like there have been no crimes and no victims from their fraud. Hello? 20 years of back pay stolen. 20 years of tax returns stolen. If I were to steal 20 years worth of your work wages, would you say that you have not been the victim of a crime? You and Mike Pompitonio are going to be directly indicted on this situation if you don't give an honest, actual, recanting, and as well as going ahead and being like, listen, I need to go ahead and correct the record, because at this point, if I don't correct the record, legally what I'm doing is defamation of character via slander, and ultimately right there, do you know what that means? That means you can get directly indicted. My God.